Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teresa. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Uh, shall I say how old you are, Teresa, or is it a secret? So obviously, Tony's birthday yesterday. Got myself a cup of tea. I've been out all day. I've actually had a really good day with the kids. We went to a seaside resort called Burnham-on-Sea, which was not far away. And we had a typical seaside day. We went to the pier, which is like a building that goes over the beach with our amusement arcades and hot dogs and burgers and kids' games. We walked along the promenade and the beach. And we had a lovely time, and we ended up winning some prizes. And then we had fish and chips. I actually had some chips. I'm allowed fish, chips not really, but I actually had some. I'll be honest with you, I still prefer meat. I sort of ate it. It was a tradition. We're on the beach, we're on the seaside, fish and chips. Didn't really like it that much, but my wife liked it. My wife loved it. It was extremely expensive. It was like 50 quid for 4 of us, which is a rip-off. You'll be less than a block from the promenade in Weymouth. Come on. You cannot beat the British seaside. The British seaside is the best. I don't care what seaside you go to in England, they are always fantastic. They have that traditional atmosphere of the UK, of Britain, Great Britain. You can't beat a good we need mild weather, of course. You can't beat it. I had a brilliant day. My wife didn't really want to go, but actually ended up really enjoying it and loving it, and we had a lovely day. And the car drove good as well. That was another bonus. Yeah, it was fish and chips from the chippy. The chips won't agree with me tomorrow, Karen. My tummy doesn't like chips, yeah? But I'm lucky. I find that if I eat a lot of meat and eggs, that it sort of helps. It helps, yeah? It doesn't make me get unwell again, because obviously I used to have a stomach disorder. It doesn't come back if I have the odd bag of chips now and then, so I'm lucky, yeah? So, right. Okay, right. So I am still discovering this new YouTube channel, which is a Defending Elvis channel. I've been playing around with it. I've been listening to all the songs on it. I've been posting the songs on the Defending Elvis Facebook page. So guys, if any of you don't know, we have a Defending Elvis Facebook page, which I love, by the way. Let me try and get your comments on here. It makes it a bit easier for me. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to go live, but then I thought, go on. Why not? So then, I did have a little dog walk when I got home. Let me just get the internet working. I did have a little dog walk when I got, a mile and a half dog walk when I got home, and I thought, I'm going to check out the new channel. I think it was called Relax. No, was it called Relax and Roll? Is that what it's called? Let me just have a look. Let me just check it out on here. Yes, Relax and Roll. Let me just get it up on here for you guys. I want to make it as big as I can, because we are going to watch some bloody good footage. So I was going through Relax and Roll. Got to quit my diet when I head off on my trip for £25. £25 now, 12 stone 5. Now that is very slim. 12 stone 5. Yeah. I don't want to put you to shame, but I'm 11 stone 4. But you are the weight, Frederick, you are the weight I was when I started my diet. I was 12 stone 5, but I'm only 5'10". Yeah. So, I'm very slim. Got a little bit of podge on my tummy. I'm 95% keto. Every now and then I'll have something. Every now and then, maybe some chips or an ice cream, something like that. Hi, Michelle, how are you? So I'm not sure which Michelle this is. We've got a few Michelles. Salvatore! What now, my love? Salvatore, how are you, mate? You're so generous. Salvatore's bought me a coffee. Salvatore, send me another song. I'll play it. Send me another song. Right. Yes, we got Salvatore with us. Yay! Now, you know that cheers me up. I'm going to top my tea up. Right. What now, my love? Yep, ba-da. Da, 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 da. Right. You know what? I never drink tea at night, but today I'm gonna. I'm having my nighttime tea. Salvatore, anyone buys me a coffee, guys, hit the buy me a coffee button. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. We're very pleased to welcome Salvatore. Salvatore is in the building. Right. This is a treat. I've been looking at this channel. This is a defending channel. He's got a few different defending videos. I've let him know that we're very pleased with his channel. Relax and roll. Please subscribe to him. We're trying to give him a boost. There's not enough defending channels going on. So this is one of them. Relax and roll. I saw this and I thought, wow, what a brilliant video. People do keep saying to me, you know, we can defend Elvis by showing the good stuff as well. By showing the good stuff. This is that. This is lots of interviews, lots of little Elvis clips, all pieced together really well, professionally done. Obviously, it's artificial intelligence as well, but this is a good artificial intelligence YouTube channel. What's not to like, you'll see in a minute. So let's just enjoy it together. We are going to stop and start. And then I'm going to get your comments on my phone because I can't see them here. Let's just press play and go for it. So this is a real treat, guys.
Just missed it. I missed the closeness of an audience, of a live audience.
When he came out, there were so many flashbulbs went off. There was moments when the arena was lit.
He would come out on stage and he would start singing, and then you wouldn't hear him for 5 songs. People were yelling and screaming so much.
We all went up to Vegas and saw his show. It was so thrilling.
He was the best showman I've ever seen. He was like an Al Jolson on stage. 4 words, one of a kind.
You never hardly ever hear his voice crack, you know. He's had iron chops.
When you're there all the time, you don't realize history's being made.
He had an edge to him that was dangerous.
Watch this human being on stage and watch the people. I can't even describe the feeling.
Mindy Miller, and you know, Mindy Miller messaged me and has been on our Facebook. Mindy Miller, me and Mindy Miller are mates, guys. I'm mates with one of Elvis's girlfriends. Big fan of Mindy Miller. She looks great.
Every performer who ever performed is lying if they tell you that they weren't influenced in some way or another by Elvis Presley.
In a minute, guys, you'll see someone's put a lot of time into piecing this together.
Elvis Presley decided to go back to live performing in 1969. The venue would be the International Hotel in Las Vegas, a city Elvis struggled to control 13 years prior.
Don't forget, Salvatore says, watching this makes me remember the times I saw him in concert. He was such a beautiful man. Salvatore, tell us the dates, you know, what year, the dates. Give us some info.
Even though Colonel Tom Parker's Hallmark technique had been used in preparation for that 1956 event.
I remember the first time that I drove into the Frontier Hotel, or driving towards the Frontier Hotel, coming from Los Angeles. And we saw this big 75-foot cutout of this kid. And I heard maybe on the radio Blue Suede Shoes or Hound Dog. Those were the 2 most important, it was his songs at that time. And I said, what is this? I mean, I'm in that show, and is this kid over me? Because we had Freddie Martin's band, myself, and...
Let me pause this. Freddie Martin's band, Shecky Green. I don't know who that is. Do you? Sammy Lewis presents, and then it's Rusty extra.
Elvis. When I went in there, and they told me, well, you'll go on before him, or we haven't decided, you'll go on before him or you'll go on after him. And then they watched the rehearsal and everything, and they said, all right, you'll go on after him. And he sang, and the people just didn't take to him. They just didn't know, anything about him.
First night, especially, I was absolutely scared still. Afterwards, I got a little more relaxed. It was strictly an adult audience, and mostly elderly people.
April '56 at the Frontier Hotel. He was a total unknown. There was a 100-foot blow-up from outside. And I went to see the show, and
I love all this. Look at that. Whoa. In person, Elvis Presley, the new frontier.
I sat with Roy Calhoun and his wife, Lita.
So Roy Calhoun, Lita Barron. Well, she's very beautiful.
Barron, and Danny from Danny's Hideaway. We sat ringside. And when he came out and started gyrating and rocking and rolling and twisting and tossing, we all looked at each other and said, what is with him?
I think it was too soon. There's something that happens when an artist gets hot with a hit record. Before that record gets through to the average public, it may take a year. That record is already on a downward trend when the public becomes aware of it.
There was all kinds of rumors that he was bombing and he was doing this and he was doing that, but he was going along. And then finally, Parker got a brilliant idea of going to the high schools and getting the kids and having them do afternoon things. Well, you couldn't get near there. He did after.
All right, so they were doing afternoon gigs, is that right? And it was all the teenagers were packing out, and it was Colonel Tom Parker's idea.
Afternoon things, and you couldn't get near the Frontier. I mean, you couldn't get near the Strip. Our engagement was for 4 weeks, and he was gone after.
1 second. So Salvatore says in 1976, Nassau Coliseum, and the New Haven, Connecticut. I think they were in June and July, something like that. I was so blessed to see him on those 2 dates. So, hi Martha, hi Cherie. Everyone's welcoming Salvatore back. See, you're so missed, Salvatore. How's Frederick? Right, Shecky is a famous stand-up comedian. Right, I've never heard of him, but is this him? Yep, Shecky Green. I think this is him. Yeah, Shecky Green, mate. From the Catskills Borscht Belt Group, the Catskills Borscht Belt Group. Okay, obviously that's very American for me, but let's have a look. Okay, hi Tonya, hi Terry, hi Jane.
To 3 weeks, but he only had a 3-week engagement. Mine was 4 weeks. Freddie Martin was 4 weeks. So everybody wrote up that he was canceled. He was never canceled. But I did say at the time, I told Parker and I told him, I think you got to change your style of clothing. They went to see Liberace, and Liberace got together with him, and that's when they start forming this thing about his dress. He would have special things.
So Nassau Coliseum is in Long Island. Thank you.
And everything, which gave him another charisma.
Elvis wasn't ready for Vegas, and I don't think Vegas was ready for Elvis.
God, this footage, amazing. The Boulder Club.
Many believe Presley's inability to engage the elderly Las Vegas audience during his 56th performance was evidence that Elvis was little more than a craze, something to be admired by adolescents and thrown away after its usefulness.
They were very wrong.
Though he had a great beginning in his movie career with Love Me Tender, Loving You, Jailhouse Rock, and King Creole.
Quickly, guys, I actually have grown to like Love. I used to think Love Me Tender was a bit boring, but I've watched it a few times on YouTube now. I love it. Jailhouse Rock, I've always loved. King Creole, probably my favorite film. I love all the films. You know me, guys.
Presley felt he could better establish himself as a renowned actor in the style of his movie heroes Marlon Brando and James Dean. Though he worked hard and his movies performed well at the box office, the formulaic films did little to enhance his reputation. Elvis's goal of becoming an accomplished actor was interrupted by a letter from Uncle Sam drafting him into the army.
Right, listen, here comes Elvis Presley. See if I can read it. He'll leave army happy. Singer turned 3 stripes into Sergeant Stripes. That's all I can read at the moment.
He returned from the military, trying to pick up where he had left off 2 years earlier.
So we all know about the Frank Sinatra show, guys. Nancy Sinatra meets him on the way back. It's a massive success. There was a bit of tension before Frank Sinatra met Elvis, but once they met, they hit it off. Frank Sinatra remained a very good friend with Elvis, even phoning him up in hospital when he was unwell a few times. And yeah, we know that there was a bit of a, how can I say it, different decades, aren't they? Like Frank Sinatra, wasn't he more the 40s? Elvis, massive in the mid-50s. Different generations, different styles of music, but they hit it off, guys.
Sadly, his mind was still in the city where he had met his one and only professional failure. Only now he had no interest in performing in Las Vegas. But performing wasn't all the city had to offer. I almost love Vegas because...
That's funny. His hair was feather when he bent down. His lips were full and his teeth were pearly white. What a smile. I knew why the girls were passing out in front of him.
In those days, all the hotels had great entertainers in the big rooms, and every lounge act had great singers, you know, like Billy Warden and Domino's, Fats Domino, Della Ree, who had all these great talent just in the lounge, which was wonderful.
Okay, so Salvatore, yeah, he's trying to reply to all you guys. He's feeling the love, guys. He's feeling the love. Let's have a look. My great aunt was a nun in the convent just back behind Nassau Coliseum. As a kid, we'd get to stay at the convent in the 1970s and 80s and look right across the events. Yeah, we love hearing Salvatore's stories, don't we? He's very lucky, very, very lucky.
We hang out there, go there for a week, and end up staying 5 weeks just to play. Just go out, see a show every night, see different entertainers, and stay up all night and sleep during the day. And Colonel Parker's choice to have Elvis play in Las Vegas was a very astute decision on the Colonel's part, and it signified the reinvention of Elvis Presley.
First of all, I plead innocent of all charges.
I believe the Colonel was extremely intelligent to go to Hollywood and make all those pictures and cause such a stir. And when he returned here, they were ready for him. Getting Elvis in front of a live audience again required finding a venue worthy of the king of rock and roll.
So you see all this footage being pieced together. This channel has put a lot of time into this.
For the second time in his illustrious career, Las Vegas beckoned Elvis Presley. They wanted Elvis to launch the International Hotel as the grand opening. Well, Colonel said, "Now we don't want to open, it will be the second act."
So I think there's footage, isn't there, of Elvis signing these contracts. I think they're sort of pretend contracts, but this was a very exciting moment for Elvis.
And everybody, why wouldn't you want him? So Colonel thought about it and said, wait a minute, this hotel is going to open up all hotels in Las Vegas. Any hotel, there's a lot of kinks going on, something's not.
There it is. This is what I was talking about, guys. This was another comeback. I think some people don't realize. I know we had the 68 comeback. I personally think that once Elvis did the 68 comeback, remember this all happened after Priscilla was unfaithful to him with the dance instructor whilst Lisa Marie was a baby. So Elvis has a comeback, which is massive, amazing. The biggest comeback in history. He massively overtakes the Beatles, I think. And then he does another comeback, not much more than a year after, in Vegas, and it is phenomenal.
Finished, they opened them way ahead of time. And he figured, well, let somebody else open the hotel. That's the reason Barbra Streisand opened the hotel, and she had to go through all the problems. When Elvis had a contract to perform the International Hotel, it was 2 times a year, generally in January and August, with 2 shows a night at 8 and 12 nonstop. No days off.
So someone just said, I don't know who you are, Salvatore, but let me just, who was it? I think it was Anne. Let's have a look. Hi, Anne. Now, I'll try and quickly, briefly mention it. We had become a very tight family a long time ago. I would say over 6 months ago. Everything was fine. We'd had almost no disagreements with any channels. We were coming together every day. We'd all got to know each other. Some people were exchanging songs. Salvatore, of course, was playing us his beautiful songs. So my son's in the background. Tino's in the background, yeah. And just something happened. I'm not really sure what happened, the actual thing, but we had 3 or 4 different YouTube channels seriously turn against us. And I think one in particular, a female channel, the Tea Lady, basically, yeah. We had this person who was intently making videos every day that was really attacking me personally. And it really, really went on every day, 2-3 times a day sometimes, for 6 months. And I think that it did damage, guys. I think it gave us a bit of a bad reputation. People were believing all the lies that this lady was saying. And I feel that when we went through that period, it harmed us. It harmed us. So our family that was very tight, that we had built up over 6 months, I think we splintered a bit. So then we went through quite a rough patch, which I think lasted about 4 or 5 months. Trying to recover, trying to pick up the pieces. I remember having a chat with Elizabeth, I don't know if she's here, about it, saying that it's almost like we've been through a hurricane, yeah? But I just want to say, guys, on a positive note, I think we're back to where we were. I think we're back to we have a very tight family now. We've all recovered together. We've all been through and come through the storm together as Team Elvis. I think we're stronger than ever, but we lost a few people on the way, haven't we? We've probably lost 10, 15 people that were with us every day, have gone. I feel that they believed a lot of the lies that were being said about us, about me. So there is a new Team Elvis that has emerged from the storm, and we are stronger and tighter than ever. And Salvatore is one of them. Salvatore is one of them. Let's keep going, guys.
So just as soon as I got out of the movie contracts, I started to do live performances again.
Elvis would not be alone in this new endeavor in 1956. When he played the New Frontier Hotel, he was backed up by a small 3-man combo appropriate in the sense that his rockabilly roots demanded no more than that to produce the sound generated on his early records. But Elvis's music had grown more complex, and he now required something much more elaborate in the way of backup. Well, when Elvis got ready to go back on the road again, he had to get a band together. James Burton, one of the greatest guitarists of all time, did a bunch of Elvis sessions and was known since the 50s as the lead guitarist of Ricky Nelson.
Joe Esposito, I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. I thought it was a bit strange. I didn't know what it was about, you know. So then Elvis got on the phone and we talked for about 3 hours, and Elvis told me that he watched the Oz and Harriet show just to watch me play guitar at the end of the show and Ricky sing a song. It was great. I mean, we just talked about the type of music, what he wanted to do. He wanted to do his type of stuff, but he wanted to go even bigger. He wanted to have an orchestra.
I had done an album with James, and he remembered me, fortunately. So he called me and asked me if I wanted to do it. And I wasn't an Elvis fan.
I got a call on a Friday and said, man, this was a few weeks later, and they had been auditioning drummers, and my friend Larry says, man, and they're just, you know, we're going to have one more night, so can you come in tomorrow night?
There was a couple of drummers there the night that the first night that I played, and one of the drummers, he was a really fine drummer named Gene Pello.
This other drummer comes in and knew everybody. He was an established player.
See, this is fascinating. They're telling us how they grouped together.
They're in L.A. and they play a song.
Oh yeah, this is it, you know, because he was flashy and he had a lot of chops and he was real good.
And I'm sinking lower and lower in the seat, thinking I'm not even going to get a chance to play or meet him or any of that stuff.
Larry Mahobrak, the piano player, said, well, you know, Ronnie Tutt's sitting over there in the corner, and he just flew out here with his drums from Dallas. And, of course, Elvis immediately, being the kind of person he was, said, well, you got Ronnie, come on, man. Set your drums up, and we'll wait for you, and then we'll play.
They said, everybody, hey, we got one more guy we'd like to play a song with.
The minute Ronnie started playing, you knew that, you know, Ronnie was just perfect for it.
We immediately had a rapport, you know, a real musical rapport, a real personal contact, shall I say. You know, we had a thing that kind of lasted, you know, for all that time.
Well, he was surrounded by the best. He had Ronnie Tutt, none better. Jerry Schiff was none better. The whole front line, James Burke.
Larry, send it me and I'll play it tomorrow. Larry, send it me, I'll play it tomorrow, okay, mate?
Burton, Glendy Harden. He just appreciated what they were, and he knew what they could do.
You know, each individual in their own right, they're just, you know, they're fantastic. And when Elvis called me and asked me to put this band together, it was really an honor to do it for him.
I was never an Elvis fan. That's the difficult part. I come out of a whole other world of music. I was not a
Hi, Jane. You do your washing and listen to us while we're watching the show.
rock and roll folder at all. And from the time I said hello to him, the charisma was just overpowering. And by the time we got through
See, the standout thing is they all love Elvis. They all worked with him and loved him.
the first rehearsal, I never realized he's saying that good.
I went home that night, and I told my wife, ex-wife Vivian, I said,
Ex-wife Vivian,
you got to come hear this guy. And she said, oh, come on, you got to be kidding. I said, no, tomorrow night you come down and hear this guy. And so she came down, and we both became fans.
I think it was the International when he first played it, and then later became the Hilton. When he came back here, they were ready for him, and the Colonel did a masterful job. He tied up every billboard in the city. He had posters all over the Hilton. I mean...
So, guys, educate me. Who is John Delaney? Who is John Delaney? I don't know.
Yeah, the Colonel was an old Carney man. He knew how to promote.
Well, I remember opening night in 1969 in Las Vegas at the International Hotel. Elvis was a nervous wreck. Elvis was always nervous before any show he ever did, but that was particularly nervous because, in the first place, a lot of invited guests, and then people in show business know invited guests are a little harder to perform in front of than just fans. And he was, like I've said many times, like a cat, just prancing back and forth.
He was so nervous, he was like a caged panther, you know, getting ready to get let out, you know, to go do the show, so to speak. And we all were very, very nervous.
I knew he hadn't performed live on stage like that for a number of years, I think 10 years. So I was just hoping that I had butterflies for him.
He came up to me that night backstage and he said, James, I'm so nervous from climbing the wall. I can't, you know.
Well, the first night was amazing because, you know, Elvis wasn't really quite sure how the fans were going to receive it, you know.
See, that's unbelievable. He says that Elvis wasn't sure how the fans would receive him. He was in some ways very insecure, but in other ways very confident.
He just had a lot to prove to himself and I guess the world.
So Salvatore had dinner with Joe Esposito. Come on, mate, name dropping. I spoke to his daughter, Cindy, for half an hour at home on the phone, but I never had dinner with Joe Esposito.
He walked out and the spotlight hit him. You could just feel everybody excitement. They just jumped up and started applauding before he started singing because it had been gone for so long off the stage and just appreciated it so much, and it just took off.
So Frederick says, there were many resorts in the Catskills Mountains of upstate New York, and many stand-up comics got their start playing them. They were mostly East European, Jewish ancestry, so hence Borscht Belt. Right, okay. I'm learning. Hi, Ness, how are you? Hi, Jen, how are you? Don't forget it's Teresa's birthday. Happy birthday to Teresa. Happy birthday to Teresa. Happy birthday, dear Teresa. Happy birthday to you. Salvatore, we want to hear your stories. Put them in the comments, mate. I love hearing Joe talk about Elvis, one of a few genuine friends. Hi, Heather. Heather, I am a big fan of Joe. He gets a bit of flack. I'm a big fan of Joe. I really like Joe Esposito.
Curtains open and he came out. He had a certain look on his face, you know, and it reflected his concern. You know, I remember why I was watching him, you know, and the crowd just went crazy, and you could just see his face just transform, you know, from sort of this doubtful look to this, oh yeah, okay, I remember this, you know, and he just went, and then it was from there, it was just.
That show flew by.
Gonna get copyrighted now. Joe Esposito, Salvatore's friend. Salvatore's friend. There he is. I'm friends with his daughter, Cindy.
And Elvis was just, couldn't help see all those fans and the celebrities like Cary Grant, Sammy Davis, and all those people giving him standing ovations after every song.
The ovation after every number, you know, it was like it was planned, you know, but it wasn't. It was all spontaneous and it was all real. It's just for another performer to sit and watch that is like you want to go home and quit the business, you know.
That he was in
Norm Crosby. Come on, Frederick. Who is Norm Crosby?
cloud nine. He was off the ground, tears in his eyes from the excitement. And Colonel Parker came back to the dressing room after. He had tears in his eyes. It's the first time I've seen Colonel Parker have tears in his eyes. Just so excited for Elvis. And it was just one of probably the biggest highlights of my life with Elvis.
So it's almost like they weren't sure how successful the Vegas comeback was going to be.
To see that it was such a great success.
I was impressed because, to me, Elvis was such a natural. And the audience response, I saw the letters when they would...
Oh, I love the way Salvatore describes it. The lights went out and then a spotlight went from one end to the States to the other end, and he came out. And when he came out, you had to take a breath. Wow, I can imagine.
Announced that Elvis was coming into the Hilton. There were letters from all over the world. There were checks for $10,000, $15,000 to tie up a suite for the length of Elvis's stay here.
That's what I remember most, is the lines of people winding all through the casino from all over the world. You could find someone from Mexico and a couple from Holland and a couple from Africa, and they would all be done up like Elvis and Priscilla.
When I first saw Elvis at the International Hotel, the Hilton Hotel these days, it was an extraordinary occasion. The lines went on forever.
They used to offer me money to send me roses, gifts. No young lady used to come over to see the show in Las Vegas. They want to sit in the back of the room.
I'm Bill Medley. Elvis made a reservation for me. Said, yeah, come to, and this place was just wall-to-wall y'all, you know, just, you couldn't move. And so they walked me, and they walked me, and they walked me right to the front. I'm here, the stage is here, Elvis is there.
It was wall-to-wall people of all ages, and you could feel a lot of love in that room. And when he appeared on the stage in those magnificent outfits,
well, I love the show and I love seeing him. But I just remember that I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and there was no way I could go. I swear to God, I almost said, Elvis, can I use your head?
Bill became a good friend. Bill, I would say, one of the nicest guys in the business. And so Elvis one time, he says, okay, let's go over and give Bill a shock. He says, let's go see Bill's show.
So Tony's just given me some news. Tony's messaging me. Her niece has just given birth to a baby called Ava Grace. Ava Grace. So it's happy birthday to Ava Grace. If Tony joins us, I'm going to sing Ava happy birthday. It's her niece's baby, and she sent me a beautiful picture of the baby. So, Tony, if you join us, let me know.
We'll walk across the stage, not say a word. I'm going to walk ahead, and you guys all walk behind me, walk just right across the stage.
So I'm doing Love and Feeling. You never close your eyes. And I'm right at the place where it's baby, baby. I get down on my knees.
Bill's out there singing one of his big songs, and all of a sudden people are just, they're shocked. And he didn't know what was going on because he didn't see us.
Here comes Elvis. And he walks right by me, in front of me, hits me on the arm and says, "Hi, Bill," and keeps right on walking.
We all walked by. And Bill didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to act.
Well, the place went crazy.
Ah, right, Tony. Happy birthday to Ava Grace. Happy birthday to Ava Grace. Happy birthday, dear Ava. Happy birthday to you. Right. Are we ready? I'm going to say it one more time while we show the picture. 1 second, guys. Congratulations, Tony, on your niece having a baby. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let me just try. 1 second, guys. Do, 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 do. Okay, guys, you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. Team Elvis, you're in for a treat. Let's have a look a minute. Okay. Are you ready, guys? This is for Tony. So Tony and Teresa. Teresa's birthday as well. Are you ready, guys? A newborn baby, Ava Grace. Happy birthday to Ava Grace. Happy birthday to Ava Grace. Happy birthday, dear Ava Grace. Happy birthday to you and Teresa. There you go, guys. I hope I didn't embarrass you. Beautiful. Look how beautiful that baby is. Come on, guys. Look at those eyes. Look how beautiful her nose, her lips. Wow. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, right. Let's get back to business. Do, 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 do. Ah, there we are, Tony. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. Beautiful. Perfect in every way. So happy for you, Tony.
Went crazy.
And it was great. And Bill said, "Hey, oh well." They started singing again. Elvis did it again. Walked back the other way.
So I had another show at 2. And I go on stage, and I mean the place is packed to the wall. Not that it wasn't always packed to the wall, but it was mobbed. They all show up, see if he's going to come on stage with me. Obviously, he's not. I mean, it was a... So I'm going, baby, baby, I get down, and here he comes again. Here he comes again. And he walks right in front of me, and he hits me on the arm and says, "Hi, Bill."
He did it a few times with Bill. You know, just to break the monotony. One time, Kenny Rogers in the first edition, great acts, Ike and Tina Turner in the lounge. They were in there same time we were playing the hotel. And Elvis would go see these guys all the time. I mean, they didn't even know it half the time. He'd go in the back after the show started and watch the show. We'd all see it and then leave. And they would come see Elvis's shows.
I didn't realize this, but...
Right, 1 second. Larry has just told me he's left the link. Louis, I've left the link to my song on your first video at your channel. Elvis Changed Everything. Let me just have a look. Hot. Let me have a look. 1 second, guys. Let's have a look. 1 second, Larry. I'm just... Let me just switch over. Aha! I might have found it, Larry. Let's have a look. 1 second. 1 second. Let me try it, Larry, see if it works. Right, 1 second. Where are we? Where are we? Right, Larry, I'm going to give it a go, mate. Now, I don't know if many of you know, but now Larry is 92. Obviously a massive Elvis fan. And he is a singer. He is a singer. So let's just see if we can get his song to play. Larry, are you ready? Are you ready, Larry? We got this, yeah? We got this. Everybody ready?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So good to see you.
Hello, Melissa Gergen.
Yeah, in the background, cuz.
Yeah.
In the background, and we got, I don't know whether he wants to stick his head around the corner, but we got sound engineer, CD peeping around the corner. And, you know, the way things are these days, home should be an important part of anybody's.
Larry, you look about 50, mate. You ain't 92, you're 50.
Life. And so we're gonna try to do a little song about home. And there's a lot of people out there, due to family circumstances and things that happen, they can never go home, but they still got the memories. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna try to get something done here, and I hope you like it.
God, that was so good. Oh my God, that took my breath away. Seriously, that took my breath away, Larry. Wow, I can't believe you can sing that well. And the lady with you, beautiful and has a beautiful voice. Wow, I'm blown away, Larry. I'm blown away. Who is the lady? Do you mind me asking? Is it? You let me know who the lady is. Wow, guys, we got so much talent on Team Elvis. Oh, honestly, guys, seriously. I'll just wait for Larry to respond. So what I was doing, while I was just seeing if I could find one of Salvatore's old emails, because obviously Salvatore sent me quite a few songs, and I was just wondering if I could find some of his songs that he'd sent me. Let's have a look. It's not easy to find, guys. I'm on the spot, you know, but let me just. The thing is, Salvatore sent me a lot of songs. Yeah. Let's just try that one. No. No. What's this? What's this? I may have found one. Let's have a look. Let me try it. 1 second. Oh no, it's not. That's not working. Let's try it again. Oh no, it's not letting. It's saying item expired. It's probably because it's a while ago, isn't it, mate? What's this? No. No. When you've got time, Salvatore. When you've got time, just resend me a couple more. It's not going to do it, is it, guys? No. I'll press play a minute on the video and I'll have another little look. 1 second.
But I used to work with the first edition. We were in the lounge here. And Elvis used to come and sit in the back of the room and watch our show. And so someone told me that one night, and I went and sat in the audience for his show, and during the middle of the show, he introduced me as, say hello to Kenny Rogers, my friend. And I thought, well, this is pretty cool. I'm Elvis's friend.
Elvis's outfit during this time period became almost as famous and recognized as the man who wore it. Yet it paid reference to his background, which was entrenched securely in the 1950s era of flash and excess. And his new
So Larry said, that's my cousin on my mum's side of the family, the Smith side. Her name is Melissa Gergen. Melissa Gergen, you have a beautiful voice, a beautiful, exquisite voice, and you are beautiful. Thank you, Larry. I loved it. That was a 10 out of 10. A #1. You should be on Britain's Got Talent, X Factor. Amazing. And it took my breath away. It was actually, it moved me. That song moved me. Beautiful.
new stage persona was clearly current and even flashier. His outfits were usually, I recall the blue and aqua one that had bat wings on it, as well as the Aloha from Hawaii suit, show that he wore the white with the eagle. There he wore the large upright collar.
His outfits were always, I remember the blue, the aqua one that had the bat wings to it too. So
Well, that's exciting, Tony. You're trying to get to meet Teresa at Graceland. Is it Elvis Week next week? Tell me when Elvis Week is, guys.
and the Hawaii show that he did, he wore the white there, didn't he, with the big stand-up collar?
I know he liked the dragon suit. I know he liked the peacock. He liked the leopard. And of course,
Yeah, so Salvatore's going to try and send me some songs, Salvatore, and I'll download them and I'll put them onto YouTube properly so that we know where they are. Okay, mate?
of course, I think possibly his favorite was always the Aloha Hawaii suit, the American Eagle. But the one thing that I never, in all the period I designed for Elvis, I never wanted any mention of his masculinity to be brought up by, oh, you know, why was he wearing this or why is he doing that?
I made him 8 coats. In 1970, in the Superfly time, you know, all the movies, the Flash movie, like all that stuff with the mink collars, the pink.
Okay, thank you. So Elvis Week is August the 8th to August the 16th. I did know, guys. I just forgotten, but thank you so much.
Pink coat with the mink and different things like that.
His cars.
You want
Yeah, don't have to do it today, Salvatore. Another day, do it, and I'll do it properly. I'll properly put them on to YouTube.
Red, you want green, you want blue, and of course he gave every one of them an Eldorado convertible for Christmas.
His friends, and even the evolution of the famous.
Ooh, it just showed the jumpsuit, did it? Let's go back a bit.
I remember the blue, the aqua one that had the bat wings to it too. So, and the Hawaii show that he did, he wore the white there, didn't he, with the big stand-up collar?
I know he liked the dragon suit. I know he liked the peacock. He liked the leopard. And of course, I think possibly.
And we just done this, didn't we? We did a Graceland, a tour of the museum, and this was there. I remember this one here.
His favorite was always the Aloha Hawaii suit, the American Eagle. But the one thing that I never, in all the period I designed for Elvis, I never wanted any mention of his masculinity to be brought up by, oh, you know, why was he wearing this or why is he doing that?
I made him 8 coats. In 1970, in the Superfly time, you know, all the movies, the Flash movie, like all that stuff with the mink collars, the pink coat with the mink and different things like that.
His cars.
Oh, I wish I could go to Elvis Week. Honestly, guys, I'd love to go to Elvis Week. That would be a dream come true.
You want red, you want green, you want blue, and of course he gave every one of them an Eldorado convertible for Christmas.
His friends, and even the evolution of the famous Presley Pompadour.
The whole town was ablaze. Elvis was in town. There's no way to describe it. I'd follow Elvis in or he'd follow me in when we were at the international then. That was back in the late 60s. It was great fun because I'd tell him to book me either before Elvis or after Elvis because I wanted to, I'd go down a couple of days early and hang out. Because hanging out with them, man, it was tough on you. Because they'd stay up all night and sleep all day.
Sometimes we'd sing all night, way up to the next day. And he loved it. He would sit down and play some piano.
He'd hang out till he got bored with it, and then he'd just go to bed. But the party would just go right on, So we'd watch the sun come up there on the 30th floor. Beautiful, those mountains back there,
The last show would start at midnight.
One day, Salvatore, you never know. You never know. One day we will all meet at Graceland.
It was supposed to break at 1:30. I guarantee you that show never broke at 1:30. It would go to 2, 2:15, 2:20.
In Vegas, when you do a show there, the casino wants you to only do a short show, because the shorter the show, the faster people go out and gamble. They want to bring people in, see the show, get out and gamble, and go a different direction with it, but they were so great they could follow him no matter what he did.
One night he called out Blueberry
Oh, Salvatore, I'd love it. I'd love it. It would, honestly, it would be a dream come true for me.
Hill. And so I looked at Joe Garcio and I said, what key? He said, we don't do that.
He loved to see if he could fool us.
Yeah, Heather wants to come as well.
He started songs that we'd never played before on stage.
It was never a set show in those days. He would just
Tony, I bet you're excited.
want to pull a tune out. He would pull a tune out and sing it. And it was great because everybody behind him was immediate group, and that was Ronnie. And in the rhythm section, he'd say, so-and-so, and they'd turn on and they'd start. Well, you can say that to 5 guys. I'm sitting up there with 32.
And of course, Tut and all those guys they knew the drill. And when you got a drummer like Ronnie Tut and a bass player like Jerry Sheff, which is like having a locomotive behind you, you just hang on and play.
You never knew what he would do. And then how that related to music was the fact that he would make movements and things like that. And he expected me to be watching him at all times. The only time he'd ever get upset with me in any way at all would be the fact that if he'd do something and I was looking away and didn't see it, he'd turn around and playfully grab his scarf,
So it was always a scuffle. Let's do this and
I love all these stories, guys. Fascinating. I love it. Seriously, please subscribe to this YouTube channel.
And I'd stop and they would start.
Drove Joe Garcio nuts. He just didn't know what to do. I mean, sometimes he'd have to stop the orchestra and then he'd have to point him in at certain times.
Suddenly I'd say, here we go, guys.
Hi, Karen. Welcome back.
Bar 12. And I'd bring him in, and bar 12 would be locked in. And first couple times I did that, he really turned around and acknowledged it because, we didn't leave him out in the desert.
When the lights went down, they stuck Liberace at the side of us, and he was just in awe of Elvis.
Now, he stood there and he's going, oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, man, he's so beautiful.
Who are these ladies? Who are they? Tell me. Frederick will know.
So when the show's almost over, somebody comes up to him, Lee, you have to go. Your show is going to start. He said, don't worry about a thing. I'm watching Elvis. My people will wait.
That's what he said.
And he loved Elvis. The one kid way in the back, he starts barking like a dog, woo, 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 like that. And Elvis says, get that guy a fire plug.
Yeah, he used to do that. But you know what?
What about the guy with the bald head?
I don't, when was it? In the 50s, the late 50s, that he really began his career, and those who were his fans then are still his fans to this day. And then there's a legion of brand new people who discover his music.
Surprisingly to me, the next generation of kids was also very interested in Elvis. Usually when a person is of a certain era, there is a certain age group that really relate to them.
Salvatore, I understand.
But I found with Elvis, even the younger kids related to him.
He said, in the audience tonight, we have a fellow who said he's the greatest, and he is the greatest. Muhammad Ali, stand up. Muhammad stood up, he said, Elvis.
Yeah, I know it was Liberace, Frederick, but who was the 2 ladies?
Elvis, you're the greatest. And we went backstage, and then Elvis told us about how he does karate and he likes to box. He liked to get into boxing, and Muhammad.
So I've watched this loads of times, but I love it.
I told him, no, you're too pretty. He said, you do the singing, I'll do the boxing.
Muhammad Ali is in the audience, and he would like to meet you. And I was, oh yeah, bring him on back, because that was, you know, loved Muhammad Ali. And he said, yeah, bring him on back. So.
Oh, I'm such a big fan of Muhammad Ali. Honestly, guys, I remember the 70s staying up late with my dad and watching the Muhammad Ali fights, the big fights, yeah? Towards the end of his career, I'm talking about. I remember him winning his third one. You know, we had 3 in a row. I remember watching. I was very small. I was very young. Around the mid 70s. I don't remember the actual year, but I loved Muhammad Ali. Still do.
Muhammad Ali comes back there, and he's got his entourage with him, and big old guys, man, you know, big bodyguard guys, and whoa, you know, they all walk in the dressing room, and here's a little skinny guy sitting around. So Elvis and Muhammad Ali is sitting at the table. So all of a sudden, Elvis stands up, Muhammad Ali stands up, and we're all looking like, what is going on? So Elvis goes into a karate stance. Muhammad Ali goes into a boxing stance. Because Elvis loved karate, as you know. He was into it very deeply and was an 8th degree black belt. And Muhammad Ali took a stance, and Elvis just swept his feet out from under him with one leg. It happened that fast. And then, but Muhammad Ali sit on the floor and looked at Elvis and started laughing, and Elvis started laughing, so we all started laughing.
Las Vegas emerged as a productive environment for Elvis and his associates, serving as a venue where they could generate substantial income, while also enjoying leisure time alongside some of the most renowned and skilled performers of their era. However, the atmosphere in the City of Sin was not solely characterized by enjoyment. The negative aspects of celebrity began to emerge in the Oasis, which Elvis now considered his home away from home.
Well, a couple of years into playing Vegas, my wife got a phone call from a guy, and he says, I've been trying to reach Joe. And she said, who is this? And he wouldn't say his name. He says, I need to get a hold of him. I need to tell him somebody is out to kill Elvis.
I'm going to tell you something. That was hairy. It really was, because the FBI came in on it.
They had the police or the FBI go to my house waiting for the phone call from this person to see if they can get more information. Well, the guy never called back.
We got in the mail over there for the dinner show. They had these menus, and on the front of the menus at that time, they had the performer that was in the main room at the time. They had them on.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Right, I'm going to stop here. What I want to do, I want to play, I want to do the rest of this tomorrow, I think. So let me just bang this up. Now, Tony has just sent something. So I wanted to play that. Now, don't forget, it's Ava Grace's birthday. It's Teresa's birthday. Obviously, it's my birthday on the 10th. And Tony has just sent us a little video. I hope she's there. Are you there, Tony? Now, let's see if we can get the music on it to play. Hang on. Go.
Teresa and Louis in a few days.
Right.
Happy birthday, Ava Grace. Happy birthday, Luann. Happy birthday, Teresa and Louis in a few days. Happy birthday, Ava Grace. Happy birthday, Luann. Happy birthday, Teresa and Louis in a few days.
There we go, guys. Thank you. Happy birthday, Ava Grace. Happy birthday, Teresa. Happy birthday, Louis. I think, hasn't it been Luann's birthday as well? Wasn't it Luann's birthday? We've got quite a few birthdays. Who else was his birthday? Was it Angie? Was it Angie's birthday? You tell me, guys. Let's see if we can. It's so cute, isn't it? So let me just check your comments. You are, yeah. So Luann's was on the 4th. I don't know if Luann's with us tonight. Let's have a look. I wiggles my way down to the front of the stage and I touch one of the scarves he was handing out. Well done, Salvatore. You're so lucky. I wish I was there. A ladies for two fans, two friends. I forget their names, but they would get front row seats. Ah, right. That's who the two ladies were. Thank you, Anne. So I need... I've enjoyed, Louis. Thank you for keeping this going. Thank Heather. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Let's have a look. Yeah, everyone's really missed Salvatore big time. The last time I was there, it was 45th anniversary. My son and his family did that for my birthday. Ah, that's lovely. Authentic brands own the majority of Elvis and Muhammad Ali. That's the rights, yeah? Elvis Presley Enterprises. Yes, it is expensive. EP would have allowed people in his home for free. That is true, Larry. Come on, let's face it, guys. If Elvis was alive, everything would be different. Everything would be different. So what I was going to do, guys, obviously this YouTube channel, let me get it back up. They also have a section where they're playing music. So what I did, I went on to Defending Elvis and I posted a couple of the songs to promote this YouTube channel. I wonder if it's going to let me find them. Here we are. There we are. So I think I posted 4. Now, I'm going to get copyrighted, but I just thought, let's play a couple of... This is from his YouTube channel, okay, guys? This is from the same YouTube channel. Was it called Rockin' and Roll? Is it? Oh, I forget the name now. Let's just click on it. Are we ready, guys? Let me just make sure you can see it. Elvis just having a bit of fun, but come on, guys. Any girls out there? I'm sure he put a bra on his head. Girls, would you like... Would you like that to be your bra? It's just Elvis having a bit of fun, isn't it, guys? Elvis playing around. Yes, definitely send me videos, please, Salvatore. Yeah, Salvatore, I will try and find them. Yeah, but I did find a couple, but it says they're out of time. It says they're out of time. That's the problem I had. Come on, let's play another one. So these are going to get copyrighted, guys. I know that, but it doesn't matter because I'll just delete them tomorrow. There was a couple on there. Hang on. Here we go.
Hard first. I don't think that I can take it.
Okay, guys. And just to give you an idea, I'll just give you this channel that I keep talking about, that I'm raving about. I've still got some more stuff to go through because that channel defends as well. Yeah. So this gives you an idea of the channel. Okay, I'm going to just play a bit of it. I can't play too much, but this channel plays some good rare footage of Elvis. It might not even be copyrighted. Let's have a little watch of it together, okay? Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I gotta go. More tomorrow. More tomorrow, guys. We're out of here. The wife's just come back. The kids are back. But I tell you what, I've loved it. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to Tony, and happy birthday, Teresa. Happy birthday to everyone. Ava Grace, happy birthday. Thank you, Salvatore, for joining us. Guys, we've had a brilliant live. We've had one of the best lives we've ever had. Thoroughly enjoyed it.